legit.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Vanessa Alexander Marshall and welcome. If you're new here, hi, how are you? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the bottom and make sure you click the notification bell so every time I'm uploading a new video, you are notified. Yeah, my balloon is still hanging on strong for Mother's Day. Still hanging on strong even though Father's Day is coming up. So yeah, we hanging on strong, okay? So yes, we're going to do yet another makeup look featuring products that I have recently tested out on my beauty TikTok. So if you're not following me on my beauty TikTok, I always put it in the bottom of the description box so you can follow along, so you get a full view of what the makeup looks like. But on my TikTok, I'm doing a wear test, doing all day wear tests. So come on. We're gonna talk about some of the makeup that I've recently been testing on my beauty TikTok. So come on, and let's test out this new makeup. As always, I do have my handy dandy mirror with me. I don't know why I said testing makeup. I've been testing it on my beauty TikTok. I'm just going to give you my final results and a makeup look featuring those products. So that's what I meant. I don't have a new primer, but in an upcoming video, I will have a couple of new primers. And these two primers have been heavily talked about on TikTok as well as here on YouTube. So I do not have a new primer. So lately I have been testing my makeup with the NYX Face Glue Primer. So I am going to go in with that. All right, primer is on. We're going to go on with foundation as well as concealer. Foundation and concealer is from the same brand. I've seen some people talk about how good, it's technically not a foundation, it's a skin tint. How good this is, it's been out for quite a while. Been meaning to pick it up, but a lot of people have seemed to really like it. So I wanted to give it a shot and see what it was all about. So for skin tint / foundation, this is the skin tint. What is this? The Hydro Grip Gel Tint. I cannot believe I can see this with no glasses on. This is the skin tint from Milk Makeup. I do not know what shade. I don't remember. Oh, this is the shade I have, if y'all can see that. That is the shade I have. I have been wearing this skin tint. I have worn this to work. I've done wear tests on it. I really like this skin tint. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like on my face. This is what it looks like. I have been wearing the snot out of this. I'm just going to be honest with you. And am I running low on it already? I do know I've worn this quite a bit. And I've also worn this to church. I've worn this to work. You have seen me on my beauty TikTok wear this. And I have really been enjoying this skin tint. And this does have a lot of coverage, just saying. It's a skin tint. So this is what I'm looking like so far with the skin tint. I really do like it. I really do like this. And it also, again, depends on how you set your face, your setting sprays and so forth, how it lasts. Okay, this is looking like it's a hair dart. It might end up working out really good. I did recently get a little sun, not a lot of sun, but I did get a little sun recently. So I might be able to wear my summer shade. All right, so here's what we're looking at. Yes, we are looking a little glowy because of that primer. And I did have my moisturizer on as well. So we are looking pretty glowy, but don't worry, we're gonna matte it. It's gonna be matte. We're gonna set this. But I really did like it. And then I did all day wear test. And what I mean by all day wear test with this, we're talking roughly 10 hours, at least 10 hours or more, 10 to 11 hours, I should say, wear tests. And that's how long my wear tests go, because I'm wearing it. It's going on my face around 7:30. It's not coming off of my face until well after 6 o'clock in the evening. So this is looking really good. I have worn this quite a bit, and I have really enjoyed this skin tint from Milk Makeup. So now I understand why y'all have been saying what y'all have been saying regarding this skin tint from Milk Makeup. The concealer is also Milk Makeup, but the shade I have, I thought it was going to be a little lighter. This is the concealer, but it's more my skin tone, and I did not mean to get my skin tone. This is what it looks like. But I did do some spot concealing with it, and it did pretty good. I'm just gonna say it did pretty good. I did like it. No issues or anything like that. I'm gonna use my concealer brush, and I'm going to initially start like that. So this is one of those you have to twist up, but don't twist it up. It's got a click, but don't twist it up too much because you cannot click it back down. Once it's up, then that's it. So we're gonna put some right here. Oh yeah, I don't know why I thought it was my shade, but no. So all I did was just put some like this. It is a little bit my skin tone, a little bit. As you can see, the shading, it's literally blending into the skin tint. But I did like it. I really did like it. I'm just gonna go into my regular areas, but I'm gonna go over it with a little lighter concealer that I do have up here. So yeah, this is more of spot concealing for me because this shade, it is more of a spot concealer for me. But it did wear very well along with the skin tint. Would I call it a favorite? I'm gonna say no. It's okay. I have my concealers that I really do like. Actually, it's the other concealer from Milk Makeup that a lot of people can use as foundation. I've seen a lot of people use it as foundation. I would use that for spot concealing, and particularly on the days that it's my turn to sing in church, I would use that for all over, for my all over makeup. Yeah. So I'm just taking this concealer brush and I'm blending it. And this is what it looks like, blended like that. All right, I am gonna go in with a lighter concealer. I have one concealer too. I have one. No, I got 3 concealers. Let me go in with this brighter. I'm gonna go in with this brighter concealer and brighten. All right, concealer is on. Next is setting powder, or I should say pressed powder. Okay, I'm convinced. I wasn't sure because y'all did not like the original pressed powder from Huda Beauty. So this is the updated pressed powder from Huda Beauty. The shade I have is Cinnamon Bun, which is the same shade I have in the original. Now, I like the original. Y'all didn't like it because of the sheen that it gave. And y'all just said it just didn't work. It did not set your makeup the way that it did. And it did my makeup just fine. So I did purchase this. I was a little skeptical about this. And I'm just going to be very, 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 very honest with you. I see why y'all like it. So I recently brought this pressed powder with me when my husband and I went out of town just this past weekend, just to see how it would do while we were out of town. And I'm just going to be honest with you, it did not disappoint. So what I did was I just took the powder like this, and I just set in the areas where I had my concealer. And I'm telling you, it lasted. So now I see why. And some of y'all don't like the fact that it has no talc. I get the no talc. Because I know some regulations are requiring things without talc, without certain products and so forth. I get it. But I did like the other one, but I don't know. This one might be the new replacement for the other one. I'm not sure yet. But I did recently take this pressed powder with me out of town. And I'm not going to lie, I really did like it. And when I wore this makeup all day. Like all day. I've also worn this as part of my all day wear test. And it did really, really good. Really, really good. So I'm just taking this and I'm just setting in the areas where I did place concealer. I am placing it on my eyes because yes, y'all, I have an eyeshadow palette that I also brought with me to Biloxi when we went out of town. Baby, now I understand why y'all like the eyeshadow palette. So, but we're not talking about that just yet. But yes, now I see why y'all like this. I know a lot of people were skeptical because it doesn't have any talc in it, but this did last. This held up on my makeup all day. It really, really did. All right, I have gone ahead and set the rest of my face. Next is bronzer. This is one of the newer bronzers that wasn't too long released. So I decided to give it a try, and of course I picked it up during the Sephora sale recently. This is indeed from the Sephora collection. This is the Sephora Bronze Glow Palette. This is what it looks like. What shade I got? I don't know what I got. I don't even know what shade I got. Anyway, this is what I have. I'm going to show you guys what the inside look like. So it comes, the way it's set in the palette. All right, so here's what the palette looks like. You have a cream bronzer, you have your powder bronzer, and you have a highlight right here. Now, I have not tried the highlight, but I will say this little bronzer right here, and I haven't tried the cream, but this little bronzer right here, this little sucker pigmented. I'm just saying, this little sucker is pigmented. I am going to find my brush. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take, no, not this brush. You know what? I'm going to take this smaller brush so I can get in here. That's one thing I don't like. These things, this right here is too small. So I'm just going to take some of this. This is what it looks like on the brush. I'm going to tap some of that off. And it does give a nice contour effect. And this is me just using only the, yeah. Because I have to use it and be a little careful with it. This is usually not the brush that I would use. This is usually my blush brush. But the little pan in here is so small and I don't like that. And this is not the brush I would use, again, for bronzer or slash contour. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to also put some right here on the side of the nose. It is a pigmented powder, but like I said, I have not used the cream or the highlighter as of yet. But with just this alone, as you can clearly see, it is very pigmented. So yeah, this is not bad. This is not bad at all. I had a little struggle with trying to open this because the tape, how they got the tape down here, it gets on my nerve. But this is a little pigmented palette. I do like this. Would definitely go into my everyday stack, but this is pretty good. It is pretty good. Next is blush. All right, I picked it up. Y'all. I picked it up. We're going to stick with Huda Beauty. This is the Huda Beauty Strawberry Latte Blush Palette. I recently picked this up. This little thing got some weight to it. It do. Now, when I did pick it up, this is what it looks like, and I was kind of like, I don't know. But this does have, it does show up on my skin color, on my skin tone. Believe it or not, it does. So the one with the letter down here was the one I've been wearing lately. You know what? I'm going to stick with it. I have not worn the highlighter, so it does come with 3 mattes and a highlighter. I have not worn the highlighter, but this is the shade I've usually been gravitating to. So why not? We're going to keep it in the family. We're going to still gravitate to this color. And it shows up on my face. And I was like, okay, hold on. I see you. This is what we're working with. Yep. I did do a wear test on my beauty TikTok. And I do like this blush. I really do like this blush. Now, I did not bring this blush with me when we went out of town. Because I did bring, majority of the things I did bring were my staples. But yeah, this blush, yeah. This is a very good, very pigmented blush. I don't expect anything less from Huda Beauty. So this is a very good blush. Now, I'm not one of those people, I know as I keep dropping stuff, dropping everything. The Painted by Esther is so popular right now. I'm not into a whole bunch of blush, but I do have pink blush. That's just really all that blush. I just feel it's just for, more age appropriate women. I'm 50 years old. I can't see myself wearing all that blush. That I look like a clown, but it looked pretty. So pretty on all the other young ladies, 20s and 30s. Y'all look so pretty with that blush on. It's so pretty. That's y'all inspired me to get that pink blush. I should say a pink blush that is very pigmented. So I do plan on bringing a makeup look featuring pink blush, but will I do the Painted by Esther? I can't do all that. I just can't do all that. But I do have some pink blush, though. But that blush palette, that Strawberry Latte, I really do like it. Definitely going to my everyday stash. Next is eyeshadow. I haven't bought an eyeshadow palette for y'all in a long time. And I have been trying to get my hands on this particular eyeshadow palette for the longest time. I finally did. I brought this eyeshadow palette with me when we went out of town and kind of regretted it. But it's a regret in a good way. So this is from Danessa Myricks. This is the Freedom palette. This is that smaller eyeshadow palette. This is more of her neutral palette, and this is, when you take it off, this is a mirror. So I finally got it. Now, let me tell you why I regret bringing it, but it was in a good way. So I decided to try my hand with these shadows for the first time, and it still you can still see I had to blow it where I picked up product. So this is what the mini palette looks like. See the black right here? When I tell you I had to start my makeup over because of this black, because I caught myself trying to line my top waterline with this black. Baby, that black not only got all over my makeup, all over my face, it got all over my dress. That's where the main part of it was. It was on my dress. So yeah, but this little sucker is extremely pigmented. But again, I don't expect anything less from Danessa Myricks. And I see why y'all like this palette. Now, I would prefer to get this mini palette over that little mini palette that Patrick Ta had. Yeah, all right, Patrick Ta. So, I didn't do that, but I have been wanting to get this palette. I did not get that other mini palette that he had. So I already have Major Dimension 3, so it wasn't no need for me to get another one. It wasn't no need. So I am on my crease. This brown shade, I built this brown shade up. And y'all, when I tell you that little brown shade, it's pigmented. It's so pigmented. So if you have not picked up this little mini palette or the big palette, because that was really the palette I wanted, was the bigger one. But y'all, sold out. So the mini is what we're going to go with. So I was doing my makeup, getting ready for dinner. And I had my dress on. And this is the very palette I started with. And this brown is browning. This palette is very pigmented. I'm not disappointed with it. But like I said, it was in a good way because I was also testing the palette out. And what a way for me to test the palette out. Now, these eyeshadows, what I like, you can build the shadows up. And to say that's that lighter brown, look how it shows up on my skin. I mean, I'm on Danessa. You can't go wrong with Danessa, baby. You cannot go wrong with Danessa. So this is what we're looking like. Loving the eyes. I'm loving the eyes. I think I'm going to go with an all matte look. I'm not going to go in with the shimmer nor the pressed glitter that she has right here. I think I'm going to go with an all matte look. There we go. So on the lid, I'm just going to take this shade right here. I'm going to put that all over the lid. Okay, so this is my first time trying that. Okay, I accidentally ended up mixing colors. I ended up mixing this with this, but it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I'm not disappointed with the look. This little palette, I'm telling you, if you have not tried this little palette from Danessa Myricks, or even if you have the big palette, man, now I see why y'all had raced to get that palette, because oh my goodness, that thing is so pigmented. And it does have kickback, so just be leery that if you're a person that don't like kickback, you might not like this. But it doesn't really bother me with the kickback. It really, really doesn't. And what I also liked was, once I'm done with this little palette, it came like with a little pouch. So what I did was I just took the pouch like so, and I just slid the eyeshadow palette right on in. So now I'm going to take this brush and I am just going to blend them together so it doesn't look so separated. I'm not going in with mascara. I don't have a mascara, but I will have one coming up because I did recently purchase a mascara. I just haven't had a chance to test it out yet. Next is setting spray. I have been enjoying the setting spray. This is the newest setting spray from Morphe. So I have been using this setting spray a lot. in my testing new makeup on my beauty TikTok. It still has the Fine Mister, just like in the black can and in the gold can. I like the black can more than the gold can. So we're going to take this. I believe this is supposed to be 16 hours. I think this is 16 hours. Yeah, this is the Morphe Life Proof Setting Mist. I think it's 16 hours. I think that's what it said. But I did wear this, again, all day wear test. And this did last. I'm just telling you, this lasted. It did last along with my other makeup. It did last. I've had this lip up here for quite a while. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. This is from Maybelline. I've had this up here for a while. Did I try it out? I think I did. Yeah, I did. This is from Maybelline. We're going to go ahead and use this as our lip. Yeah. Not really going with the eyes. It's not really going with the eyes. But I am going to go ahead and put a liner on it. This is not bad. This is not a bad, like more like a lip crayon. All right, I went ahead and topped it with a gloss. That color is okay. I don't think I would really wear that color a whole lot. I know I had it up here for quite a while to test out. It's more of a lip crayon. I have to play with it a little bit more. This might be one of those going out lip colors. I just don't see myself wearing this particular color every day. I don't even know why I picked it up. I don't know. I thought it was more brown. It's kind of not going with the eyes, but I'm telling you, I'm loving the eyeshadow palette. I put the eyeshadow back in here. I'm loving the eyeshadow palette from Danessa Myricks. Definitely going to my everyday stack, as well as the pressed powder from Huda Beauty. Very, very impressed with the pressed powder from Huda Beauty. And I'm also impressed with the skin tint from Milk Makeup. The concealer would be more of a spot concealer for me because of the shade, but it is one of those formulas. It is creamy. It almost reminds me of the NARS concealer in the pot. That's what it kind of reminds me of. The bronzer is very pigmented. I'm just going to play around with the cream and the highlighter because I have not worn it yet, but the powder, very, very pigmented. Not disappointed with that. And definitely not disappointed with the Huda Beauty Strawberry Latte blush palette. I'm not disappointed with any of that. So if you have not tried any of these products, including the setting mist from Morphe, I suggest you try out these products. These are very good products. Again, I did all day wear tests on these products. And if you want to continue to see all day wear tests from me to see how the makeup wears, again, follow me on my beauty TikTok where I do all day wear tests on all of the makeup that you are seeing here today. So here it is. This is the final makeup look. With that being said, this is Venetia Alexander Marshall. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.